Hello, true crime family. It's been a few days, but I had to get my work in, and we're, of course, having a polar vortex, as I'm sure the rest of the world is as well. I'd like to say thanks for stopping in and checking out this video. I'm going to be talking about Kiely Rodni. I think about Kiely almost on a daily basis. I have so much anger towards that area up there, towards her family. It's just, I just can't wrap my head around it. What was done to Kiely, I think of her, I just think of her thoughts, all the talent that she had and what she could have been if only, I just get so angry. So I'm just going to go through some of my thoughts, and we'll see how this goes. I just really want to keep Kiely's name out there, and let those guys up there, the law enforcement agencies up there, know that there's many of us that aren't going to give up on her. So, anyhow, there was this big, large, scary party. Okay, so we know how it was scary and it was large and it kept growing, and there were older guys there and they were forcing the girls to do things they didn't want to do. So, so-called mom comes out and says, we needed an Amber Alert earlier because she felt like she, was gone. That's kind of the intention. She and her friends and the younger kids kind of portrayed it. In the beginning, she made it sound like Kiely was gone out of the state. So she just felt that, why didn't we start that Amber Alert a little earlier? So that was a joke. The whole town came out and said, along with her mom, once Kiely's body was found, then everyone came out and said, oh my gosh, she was wasted. Her friend said this, even her mom said this, the best friend, she was just so wasted, and she made bad choices, and she drove drunk, and she had consequences for that. Her mother says she was an angry girl. Lindsay continues to post copies of that poem that she made, or she wrote, I'm sorry. She kind of pretty much says that she continues to feel like she is locked up in the winter. She's secluded. The only way people get there is by skiing to the lodge. She said that it's so tough, and especially to be a mother out there, and how she locks herself in her bedroom away from the kids. Whose choice was it, Lindsay? Whose choice was it to live out there? And I have another question. Why are you hiding out there? What are you hiding from? And there's something, no birth certificate for Kiely. And when she first started, when word of her missing, I did find something about Lindsay working in another town as a waitress, but I couldn't find it again. I didn't copy it or anything. So I'm not going to say that's a for sure, but, I know I read it. So, but I'm not going to say for sure. So then here comes Sammy, Kiely's best friend. which we know that's not true. She said she spent the night with her. It was a huge party. It kind of got out of control. And she and Kiely drank out of the same cup all night, supposedly sharing alcoholic beverages all night with a minor. Now, if my child was at my house, like if my daughter was over here drinking with her friends, and let's say her friend passed out, and let's say she got alcohol poisoning, who would be in trouble for that? I would be in trouble for that. What if one of those kids left my house and they crashed into a tree, and then the police officer comes, and they test their blood. Oh my gosh, you're drunk, even though it was an accident. Let's say he slid on the ice, because there's ice out there right now. After leaving my house, he had drank a few beers with my daughter, and he got in his car, drove down the road, and slid on the ice right into a tree. It was an accident, but they still took his blood, and he had alcohol in his system. So guess who goes to jail? Me. But it's really, really interesting how those things don't happen in Truckee. Like, Truckee has their own rules. They don't have to follow the laws of the United States of America, because they have their own system. Underage drinking, drugs, there's no consistency for these kids. They just free range. They free range just like chickens. It's like the parents have the kids, and then they just, I don't know what they do. They just open the door and say, okay, have at it. Do what you want. Peace, love. Yeah, I'm all about peace and love too. And I still had rules at my house, and I was a part of everything in my child's life, all of my children's life, and now my grandchildren's life. And I love it, and I want to be a part of it. I don't know, these people up there, the Stepford Wives, I'm telling you, that's what they all act like. You got to watch that movie. And while I'm on this chat, I'm not going to forget about Xaname. Nope, Xaname, sorry. Floating over the exact spot that Kiely's car was pulled out of the water. Xaname, don't think I forgot about you, because I didn't. I took that video down, but I still got... it's out there. Anybody can find it, Xaname. Give me a break. That video's down, but I'm not forgetting about you. And let's not forget about SF Investigates. Okay, so let's talk about the fire cam. Now, if that fire cam video would have came out, let's say law enforcement released it, I probably would have been 100% on board. I would definitely look at it, but, in the back of my mind, because law enforcement put it out, I probably would have bought it. But SF decides, it's like one thing after another. Now it's SF's turn to get back into this, situation. And so he releases this fire cam video. SF Investigates releases it and expects me to believe it. Nope, sorry, can't do it. Call me stupid if you want. I'm not buying that. But anyhow, let me see. And the other thing that drives me nuts is that stupid picture that they have of Kiely. They say it's the last time she was seen in that convenient gas station thing where she's walking out there and everybody's like, are you sure that's not Sammy? No, that's just a fake picture. That's Kiely and somebody edited it. It's like, it's not it wasn't Kiely that day. I don't believe that at all. Okay, so let me see. Okay. which, okay, it is just one lie and one cover up after another. Let's not forget, because we know Placer County's not going to let us forget the many, many man hours they spent searching for Kiely. And then boom, AWP finds them within what, 10, 15 minutes? And so I just kind of want to know, all that money that the state gave you, do you have an itemized statement of where exactly all those funds went? That would be interesting to have. Follow the money, and the next thing we need to look into is that I'm going to jump into is we already assessed the law enforcement salaries at the beginning of this, and now it's been a while. Let's go back and reassess and see if any of their salaries went up since we assessed their salaries in the beginning. Bet you $100 you'll see an increase. Okay, anyhow, the Placer County let us know many times. Okay, so what happened to all that money once Kiely was found? I also said in one of my past videos, and it was my own opinion, that Kiely and her mom did not have a good relationship. I think that Kiely had a miserable life at home. You can look in her eyes in the pictures, especially when she's little. She's just staring off. She's lost. You can see it in her eyes. She just looks broken, as if she's just staring off, into space. She wrote, played, sang a song, and she dedicated it to her mom, Lindsay. It was pretty much written by her, and it was about abuse. An eye-opener to what her life was about, and her fake family, friends, and her fake crazy community. There was a video of her and her father playing music and instruments, and the grandfather kept telling Kiely to smile. Man, what does she have to smile about? And why would you have to tell a child that age to smile? Because she was always staring off, like she was broken. You can just see it. That's just my opinion. I can kind of say that I speak from experience. A child that was taken advantage of. My mom didn't really care, and she absolutely hated her own child. And, by the time I grew up, those feelings were mutual. So, it's like I have that empathy. I can just tell something wasn't right with Kiely. I think that's why she stuck to my heart, I don't know. I wish I could explain it. Oh, that's why I can't turn my back on her or walk away. As I told you in one of my older Kiely videos, I was told by a person I cared for as a nurse, who is currently in Washington, D.C. from time to time. I spoke to him and kind of, was kind of explaining some of this with him, and he looked into it, and just to see if, the case was kind of closed, and if there was any investigations. And I was told that there's investigation agency that is higher than the FBI that is looking into it. So that was a while back. It's in one of my previous videos about Kiely, kind of, sort of, in the beginning when I first started making videos around September, October. So I can only pray that if I can believe with all my heart that there's an investigation going on, then I'm so happy. That would be the best Christmas present ever. But I don't know, with this case, there are so many corrupt people and agency involved. There's a part of me, a big part of me, that kind of fears that, they're keeping this open, just like the case here in Iowa of the girls in Evansdale, Lyric and Elizabeth. And we're going on 10 and a half years, and that case is still open. And they tell us every time we see them or we ask a question, it's not a cold case. That case is not cold. It will never get dust on it. And we're sitting here 10 and a half years later, and oh man, it's like, I've seen this happen. I don't want this to happen with Kiely. So, it's like, I don't have much that's new here. It's just me expressing my feelings and letting people know that I still care, and letting them know that we're still out here, we still care, and we're not gonna go away. Let's see. Oh, yes, I'm really glad to see Ryan Upchurch back involved in this case. He really knows how to think outside the box, right? Not saying that I'm always on board with everything that he says, but I do listen to everything that he says. And, I would say a good part of the time I'm with him. And, it's like, I'm glad he's back, and I will be having a few days off, and hopefully he'll share some of his out-of-box theories and, those kind of things, they should be helping us think out of the box as well, because we've been on this, looking everywhere and talking about this person and that person and this person, and we learned about cults, we learned about, witches, oh my gosh, I learned so much from this case, and every day it seems like I learn more. So, it's all good. We can still love each other if we don't agree on everything, right? I refuse to give up. I will be having, like I said, a few days off after Christmas, and hopefully I'll be able to jump back into this. There's a couple little leads that I have, and, maybe those little leads will take me somewhere else. It's the holiday season, and I'm a nurse, and I work at a place that, man, I'm not gonna say it. It's just, these folks that kind of don't have, some family, and it's the holiday season, and all of this that's going on in our world, it's just seems like there's so much negativity, right? And man, we got to stop being negative to one another. It's like, man, I just don't get what's going on with this world. It's like there's hate and anger, and it's like we need to learn how to be, kind humans to one another. I know we haven't really needed one another like they did in World War I or World War II. And, these younger folks don't have that connection. But, it's like, don't drift from your family. And, the family is so important, and healthy psychology, that love. One of the most evil things that any of us humans can feel is jealousy. Jealousy will eat at you like cancer. What is there to be jealous about? If you believe in a higher being, it doesn't matter what it is. If you believe in a positive, higher being, we're just going to leave it at that. Or, the alternative, it's like some people think that's it. We're done after this life. But don't you want, if that's what you believe, that's cool too. Some people think we're reincarnated and we come back, and do it try and do it better. Whatever you believe, while you're here, don't you want to be a good person? I can't tell you how much love I felt today. Just help. We had a snowstorm. I went in on third shift. It took me about 2 hours to get to work, and it usually takes me 35 minutes. And once I got there were call-ins. It was a mess. And I usually leave at 7 a.m. and I didn't get to leave until 9:30 today. But I made the best of it, and oh gosh, I had so much fun with those residents. They're just amazing people, and their stories are the best. I'm sorry, I digressed. I'm getting off of this. I'm almost there. Okay, so anyhow, I just wanted to talk about this holiday season and how try and be nice to that person that nobody else would be nice to. The tiniest thing can make someone smile, and I seen it a bunch today. It's like the littlest, a hug, a song, making someone laugh. Those are priceless. You can't put prices on those, and it takes like no energy, and it actually makes you feel good. So please try and be positive, and maybe make that a New Year's resolution, and pray or whatever you do to maybe in 2023 the moons will all line up, and something will click, and maybe everyone will be positive and things like this won't happen. It's my fantasy. We can only set goals, right? And that's my goal. So I know that Kiely is just smiling down, knowing there are so many people out there that care, and we don't want to give up until she gets her justice and she can rest peacefully with our Heavenly Father or whatever spirit it is, right? God bless you guys. Sending positive vibes to everyone. We just have to pray for results and stay with this case so that it's out there, because no one else is going to report on it, right? And try to be positive and try and figure out facts, instead of pointing fingers like I found this, or let's work together. I know that there's so many intelligent creators out there that if we just kind of maybe start from the beginning and pretend like we never learned anything, because I think we're just all kind of stuck right now. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to see your comments, and if I don't make another I'm making another video after this, but it's going to be on Idaho. But just in case some people don't like Idaho and this is the only video they watch, Merry Christmas to you all and all of your families, and prayers for a peaceful, happy world. That would be a great present for Christmas, wouldn't it? See you guys.